Hi guys, I'm Chris Egnoto, and you're watching my second YouTube channel, Earth Skills Handbook. So I'm out walking about today, and it was supposed to snow, but it's more like sleet. It's about 40 degrees, and I wasn't really planning on making a video, but I figured, why don't I just talk a little bit about cold weather clothing on a day like this. For starters, you can see my outfit. The main thing you're looking at is a bunch of layers here. I use this as a bit of a scarf. I can also cover my head with it. Use it kind of like a hat. Cover my ears. I also have a hat in my backpack, but I don't need it right now. So you want to have a lot of layers, okay? This vest is really useful. It keeps my torso warm and keeps my arms not so warm. Usually that's kind of a good thing. You know, you want to keep your torso warm more so. If your arms are warm, blood's going to flow into them, cool off because it's not as warm as your torso. It's going to bring that cooler blood back into your heart and pump it throughout your body. I'm not a doctor. I know with hypothermia you have to kind of focus on things like that. So another good thing you want to keep in mind is wool. Wool is an amazing insulator, okay? The cool thing about it is, for starters, it's evolved to be that way. I mean, it's animal fur, right? My favorite thing about wool is when it gets wet, it stays warm, okay? My girlfriend Ivy was telling me about the llamas. They have hollow fur, and it's very similar to wool, and it's even warmer. So keep that in mind. Expensive stuff though. Wool is an amazing fabric, and so are the hybrids, the wool hybrids. They work really well. I have thermals underneath these pants, so it's a little cheating today, but keeps me nice and warm. These pants are also a double layer fabric, and I have a sort of a thermal shirt on. I have a turtleneck on, and then I have two button-up shirts. I don't even have my jacket, but I'm nice and comfortable right now. My hands are a little cold, but I didn't want to wear gloves right now because I'm using the camera and stuff, you know? So what you want to keep in mind though is there's certain things you want to avoid, like cotton. If you're any kind of outdoors person, you probably already know cotton is not the best fabric to keep warm in. When that stuff gets wet, it can kill you, okay? It'll wick heat from your body and just evaporate it out into the atmosphere. It's not a good fabric. Even in the summer when you're wearing cotton, if you sweat at night when that sun goes down, that cotton's going to be extremely cold and it can give it hypothermia. It's happened to a lot of people. Keep that in mind. Socks, I like to have a backup pair of socks in my bag. I also have a pair of acorn socks, SOX. Those things are amazing. I highly, highly recommend them. Really good socks. They're kind of custom made to really fit the foot. You can buy them off the shelf that way. They have a patented seam around it. It really fits the foot. It's a type of fleece. The things are just heavenly. I highly recommend trying them out. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is when you're wearing boots and stuff, if they have steel toes, those steel toes get really cold in the winter. I've regretted wearing them on numerous occasions, so always keep that in mind. Make sure that they're not so tight that it cuts off your circulation if you're wearing two pairs of socks or anything like that. That really gets in the way also. Make sure they're loose enough fitting to accommodate for two pairs of socks if that's what you intend to do. So I'm making this a really short video. I will go farther into the details later on in some other video. But the things you want to keep in mind are multiple layers, okay? You can also use leaves, not wet leaves like this, to keep yourself warm. You just stuff them into your clothes. I've done that numerous times. Just stuff them in everywhere. I've also stuffed my shoes with them. It works. It helps. You know, newspapers, they work wonders. You can find newspaper anywhere. Cardboard works good because it's corrugated and it's got those air pockets in it. That's another good one to use. So, you know, be resourceful. Look around you. There are a lot of things that you can use sometimes, whether you're in a house, in the city, or in the wilderness. You know, in this case, I'd use the leaves. there's a fallen birch tree over there, I could put some birch bark inside some of my, you know, on my back or my torso area. You know, it helps. It's better than nothing. There's a lot of deer that shed their fur and stuff around this time of year. There's deer kills. You got to avoid things like germs and parasites, you know. Use your head. But you do what you have to. You could do that. Ungulate fur is hollow. Okay, deer and elk and moose and stuff, they have hollow fur. Each hair is like a tube that traps the air. The air collects body heat and then it holds it there. So the key thing is the layers trap air, not how thick your coat is, especially when it gets wet. Not cool. You want to have multiple layers to trap that body heat between them, and it helps reflect it back. Same thing when you're building a shelter, you know. I know this is a really short video, but it's starting to really rain now, and I don't feel like getting too wet. And just a little bit of food for thought. Keep that stuff in mind. And as I said, I'll probably make another video about this and really go into some of the stuff. Another thing, if you have a lot of money, is King of the Mountain. It's a clothing brand, King of the Mountain. And they're very pricey, and they, you know, their stuff consists of wool. And they have like a camouflage, you could get it in different patterns and stuff, but it's actually woven right into the fabric. So if you turn it inside out, the pattern goes right through it. Amazing stuff, very pricey, but anyone I know that has it loves it. And it lasts a lifetime, so I'm told. Okay? They guarantee that. If it rips or comes apart at the seams or something like that, they'll replace it for you with no cost, from what I hear. So, King of the Mountain, good stuff. I don't have any, but I know a lot of people who swear by it. So, I better head out and run back to the car. I've got a bit of a walk ahead of me. And I'm Chris Egnoto. This is Earth Skills Handbook. Stay tuned for the next video. Good day.